What's up, folks? Welcome in. We are back. It's been a minute, but I got some new stuff. Been working on a project, and of course, Aaron Donald. He comes out and he signs his deal. I'm not gonna call it an extension because nothing is really being extended. He's just coming back. Um, but welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well here on this Tuesday afternoon, I guess, for some people. Um, what's up, Ricky? How we all doing? Run it back. It's what they'll be doing. We're going to be discussing that, but I do want to turn your attention to something really cool. Okay, I'm proud to bring you, announce whatever you want to call it, augmented reality to the Jake Ellenbogen channel. And I want to get your comments on how you feel about that before I drop it because I'm super stoked. It is really cool. It's why my setup's different. It's why I'm off to the side. Um, Shout out to Artie. They've just done an incredible job with this augmented reality. So I'm one of the first to bring that to. I might be the first to bring it to sports YouTube. I don't know for sure. But I've been working with them on this, and it's why I haven't put out a ton of content. And I'm excited to show it to you. So, guys, we're going to be talking about Aaron Donald today. And because of that, so a little augmented reality, stat thing right there. Really cool stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Man, Aaron Donald. I was going through the stats, and it occurred to me that he had 713 career pressures, which is just unbelievable. I mean, it really is. It's fantastic. And, it's just so crazy what he has been able to do for this team. And he doesn't have 100 sacks yet. And I've literally heard people actually hold that against him when I think Aaron Donald has literally made people like normalize the fact that he's just considered an edge guy, even though he's not, and he's doing it from the interior. I don't know, guys. I mean, you know where my thoughts were on paying him. I was a little annoyed about how he was kind of holding the team hostage, but that's over and done with. He is obviously a Ram now. He's going to retire a Ram in all likelihood. So that is something. But yeah, he's going to get that 100 sacks pretty soon. So if you're holding that against him, I don't know what to tell you. Just incredible player. Maybe the greatest ever. So instead of me saying, I didn't like the move or whatever, if I didn't like how he was holding them hostage, he's a Ram. It's done. He's not retiring. I mean, he'll retire sometime, but he's not retiring this year. They're going to attempt to run it back. He's going to attempt to run it back. And I think ultimately what this does is it allows Sean McVay and, everyone to really kind of take a breather and be like, okay, Aaron Donald's back. We don't have to change what we're doing on defense. And I think at one point or another, there was serious, consideration. I don't think it was entirely a money-driven thing. I know I've said that, but really makes me wonder if he was really serious about it. But man, the money's there. We're going to get into that. I have a graphic that I'm going to show you real quick. I'm just going to cue this thing up. Love this. Again, Artie has just done an incredible job. So really, really stoked to show you all this. So yeah, we are right here. Highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Okay. Highest paid in NFL history. We got 31.6 average annual salary for Aaron Donald. That is incredible. It is ridiculous. It is so much money. But also, I mean, guys, Tyreek Hill, TJ Watt, Devontae Adams, Joey Bosa, these are big names. One thing I want to point out here is a lot of these guys, though, Hill, Watt, Bosa, they're young. So Aaron Donald has really transcended the game and the fact that, I mean, when you look at it, This is somebody, he's 31 years old and he's getting paid 31.6 million average annual salary. So pretty awesome stuff there. Um, let's see. Now, that's not what I said. I said if the Steelers, if he wanted to play, but he would only play, he wouldn't, he would retire, but he'd only play if he wanted to go back to Pittsburgh. Would I take a trade for him and TJ Watt, 31-year-old for a younger TJ Watt? I said yes, but I didn't say we should just trade him. That was not what I was saying. Darius Hines, how we doing? Thank you so much for donating. Really appreciate that, my man. AR setup looking clean, Jake. What up, Bramley? We can finally breathe easy with Donald signing. Yeah, I mean, now that's out of the way, next is OBJ, and I mean, that's really how that works. Wow, that AR setup is next level. Yeah, it's awesome. Artie is just great. I've been working with the people over there and just getting this all situated. I was so thrilled. We're going to have a series just like last year, with stat projections for the upcoming season. And so I was so thrilled to get this on board. It's going to be great for those videos and all of that. So, I have other news coming down the pike. We'll talk about that at a later date. But I'm really excited about the direction this channel's going in. And you guys know I'm always trying to get 1% better every day. So I definitely am very excited about this setup. And we'll move on to the next little thing here. And now I'm going to cue this thing up here because Donald, we're talking about highest paid non-quarterbacks, right? Well, here's the thing, okay? Like I was saying earlier, it's almost like we kind of forget this guy is a defensive lineman. He's an interior defensive lineman, and I just feel like that's kind of lost on people. Like his pressures last year, his quarterback pressures are 86 on the season. Next up was Jonathan Allen with 67. Chris Jones had 65. Kenny Clark at 64. And Jeffrey Simmons had 62. It really shows you he's just in another class of his own. I mean, that's kind of the thing with Donald. It's why he's getting paid so much, is that he does things that just simply aren't done by anyone else. It is quite honestly incredible. The only one that had more pressures on the year than Aaron Donald was Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders, and friend of the podcast. I gotta shout that out because we interviewed him when he was coming out. But man, it's just, you look at it and it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy when it comes down to it, for sure. And I have another one that I'm going to queue up here, and we have this right here. And we have our sacks here. Aaron Donald, as you can see, he's got 12.5 sacks from the 2021 to 2022 season. Jonathan Allen had 9. Chris Jones had 9. Kenny Clark had 4. Jeffrey Simmons had 8.5. So you look at it and, it kind of just speaks volumes. And that was not, I'm not going to say it was a down year for Donald, but he didn't get as many sacks as, there's been years where he's had 20. Now, will he ever get back to that? I don't know. That's asking a lot. But this is a really, really good season Aaron Donald just turned in. And I don't think it was anywhere near close to his best. And I think he has more in him, where I think he could be better this year and moving forward. So the Rams definitely know that, and they definitely wanted to make sure they sign him. I will say this is just regular season. In the playoffs, Aaron Donald was as good as he's ever been. That's why they won the Super Bowl. Well, a big reason why. So, that's definitely fair to talk about. Appreciate that, Darren. Really appreciate that. They started counting sacks thanks to Deacon Jones. I think it's time to start registering how players are triple teamed like Donald is nearly. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree with that. 100%. I think now that you have Donald signed, Now you have Donald like taken care of, and you don't have to worry about him. Now Cooper Kupp is next, and then Odell Beckham Jr. in all likelihood. But the more important thing here is that the Rams don't have to change anything they're doing on their defense. So everything they do, Donald allows them to do a lot, and be more aggressive in places where other defenses can't. So now having Donald guaranteed to be in 2022 and beyond, they can keep doing what they're doing. And that's a good thing because, this is why I was saying I didn't love holding them hostage, because if Donald were to retire now, the Rams would probably have to dip into the back end of their draft picks and 2024 first rounder, just see if you can package them and, get a pass rusher. That could be a game changer. But now you have Donald, and now it's like everybody was added onto this. So instead of having Bobby Wagner replace Donald as far as the star power, now Bobby Wagner's playing with Donald. And that's where it maximizes everyone around and maximizes the value. And so you got to love that, for that. But I'm going to queue up the first AR graphic here, the one with Donald. There we go. So yeah, Aaron Donald, man, 31 years old, dude's getting paid unbelievable amounts of money that you and I will never see in our lifetime. I don't know, maybe there is somebody in here that's gotten paid $30 million. I don't know. Who am I to judge, right? Who am I to assume? But it is pretty nuts when you think about just the amount of money that he's getting paid. It is. Now, looking at this year and looking at how the defense works and everything, what can we expect from Donald? I'm going to be breaking that down in a later video. Talking about, the projections. It's going to look like this. But that doesn't really explain much. Like, what can we expect from Aaron Donald in 2022? And I'm not going to lie. If he wins another Defensive Player of the Year, don't be surprised. Now, I think the trending thing here is, Von Miller's gone. They're going to be in trouble. Yada, yada. Whatever. Von Miller's gone. That sucks. They moved on. Leonard Floyd is still good. They still add Bobby Wagner. They helped the back end of their secondary. It's going to be okay. Matthew, thank you so much for donating. Really appreciate it. I know I had some people on here yesterday because I did MCU Edge over on the call-in app. And I know I had some people over yesterday that were like, hey, why didn't you go live when Donald was signed? And, I mean, in hindsight, yeah, I probably should have gone live at some point. But I wanted to save everything for today because I knew I'd have my augmented reality set up, which I really like. And I'm going to be utilizing a lot throughout the year. So that's pretty much why I waited. Yeah, they don't need Vaughn. All right, this was nuts. America's team. He called the Rams America's team. I saw that. I understood where he was going with that. I just think it's more nuts that, this is a team that I watched back when they had Jeff Smoker at quarterback. Back when Keith Null was our saving grace, except it didn't actually work. Back when Jeff Fisher was considered a good hire. Back when they got Steve Spagnuolo. Back when they had Scott Covington come in as an emergency quarterback because Jamie Martin was banged up. Back when Marshall Faulk was an emergency quarterback. I've watched the Rams since I was born. I've watched every single level of just bizarro world. I mean, and that's what we're going to call it because, you had Austin Davis, you saw the presence that he had, and then they got rid of him, and then you had Nick Foles, and that was a whole other thing, but it's even before that. I mean, Trung candidates of the world. Back when, Keith Toston was a starter when he had to start a game, or when they had Cadillac Williams and the fumble he had against the Giants. Like, I mean, I remember all that. So this idea that we have now come to this point, I'm not even looking at it necessarily as, yes, Colin, you're right. I'm looking at it more as we've literally gotten to this point as fans of this team that Dane Looker, exactly. We've gotten to the point as fans of this team that now this team is literally in discussion as one of the best teams in the country. And not just in the country for football. I mean, this is one of the best organizations right now in sports. Like, we've gotten to that point and we've gone so far. I mean, this has been a team throughout the course of the Rams' history. You look, I don't know how many teams you can find that in each decade they had a really, really good team. Like the Rams, simply put, and I know they're talking about McVay era. I'm just saying we've come so far as Rams fans. Like we went from the same old sorry ass Rams to now America's team. Like that is crazy. That is nuts. But I don't know if he's wrong. I mean, he is wrong because America's team would be like the most popular. And I've always said really the most popular team, and don't take offense to this, but the most consistent fan base, the most popular team, most consistent fan base, the best organization, world-class organization, the fewest turnover, the most consistency. No, it's not the Patriots. Like, I'm sure some of you were wondering if I was going to go in that direction. It's actually the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have the titles. The Steelers have the Hall of Famers. The Steelers have the talent. The Steelers have the lack of turnover. They've had 4 coaches in their existence. They've been consistent. Colin was absolutely right when he said dominance starts upstairs. But I mean, you know, I think what it really comes down to is that I would say the Steelers are America's team as far as the consistency over time, but I think it's more important that Dallas really shouldn't be considered America's team because Dallas hasn't done anything. Steelers have 6 Super Bowls, I believe. Yes. I believe. I could be wrong. Who is this number 99? Might be a problem. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, and Dallas hasn't won since 1993. So I was negative 2 years old the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl. The last time the Dallas Cowboys got past the divisional round of the playoffs, I was negative 2 years old. So the America's team thing has always been bizarre to me. I can't. It's not it's just, you know, you don't understand. It was different back then. The Cowboys have always kind of been a little, I mean, they were really good, but you look at, and I would say this, right? Appreciate that, TKO. Like to see that the algos are working. Especially because I haven't put out videos as frequently as I'm going to start doing. Like I've done in the past. I've kind of tailed off a little bit in the off season. We have some stuff that's coming to this channel. I'm just going to warn you guys. Some stuff that might not be your favorite. And I'm just going to ask that you guys stick with me because I understand while a lot of people are Rams fans here, I have decided to take on an AFC team and cover in addition to the Rams. So I will be covering an AFC team this season. I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to, you know, and I normally like, making challenges, for myself and taking risks and things like that. So I am going to take an AFC team on. I'm not going to cover the Raiders. I already know who I'm going to cover. Well, I have 2 ideas of who I'm going to cover. I'm curious what you guys would. No, it's not Buffalo. But they're close to Buffalo. I got 2 options. You ready for this? The Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. I love what they're doing. Matt Ryan is obviously, I really like Matt Ryan and the Jets. I like what they're doing. And I like that John Franklin Myers is on the Jets. And that's my guy. I've interviewed him. And I like Blake Cashman. Unfortunately, he's no longer with the Jets, but I interviewed him back when he was with the Jets on this show. So, yeah, don't unsubscribe. It's going to be a ton of Rams content, but I'm just letting you know I'm going to start dipping my toe into the water as far as moving forward with expanding, but not quite expanding past a, giant reach where I'm covering the whole league, because that's way too much to keep track of. But I will be covering an AFC team, and it's going to be either the Colts or the Jets, and I can't figure it out. So I'm hoping I'll just sleep on it and it'll come to mind and I will pick. But both teams, I think they'd both be fun covering. I like them both. I think the young part of it, what went into this decision, I think really I'm just trying to reach as far as I can go. And I feel like when people are like, hey, do you cover the NFL on your YouTube? I can't cover the NFL. I can't cover all those teams. I can't do all of the news because I just don't have time in a day for that, And I'm not going to turn this channel into an outsourced channel where I have a bunch of other content creators using the Jake Ellenbogen channel to make content. It's just going to be me. I will have guests, and I'll mention this. I have a all 32 team series coming out. I'm previewing every team in the league, and I'm going to bring on one guest, one expert from each team. So we're going to be doing that as well. We're also going to have our 2022 stat projections, which I can't wait for. So yeah. Let's see. The Colts. Jets for sure. Colts and Jets are definitely good picks. Colts are interesting. I love Chris Ballard, so it'd be cool to cover Chris Ballard. He's the GM of the Colts. I know Dabney Offermain has been in here before. Colts fan, so I'm hoping Dabney's around. I think, yeah, I mean, that's also a big thing that goes into it. How close in proximity I am to the Jets. Maybe I can get credentialed at some point down the road. Now, people will ask me, what does that mean for our Rams live streams, right? I still plan on doing the Rams live streams after the games, and I'll do Colts or Jets centric live streams at probably the next day or something. And I'm still planning on doing everything. I'm not dropping anything. It's just when this is really your full-time job, you have to find other ways to try and keep yourself busy. And in an off season that is really dead, luckily the Rams, it's really not that dead because we just got a massive deal for Donald, and Cup is probably along the way. But, you always have to keep yourself, occupied. So, Jake the Jet Bogans. Yeah, so I thought about the Chargers, but I feel like it would make more sense to expand upon the LA fan base, because the LA fan base to me is the Rams. Nothing against the Chargers, but I am a Rams YouTuber at the end of the day. So if I'm expanding to AFC, I would like to avoid a rival. I'd like to avoid the same location. I would like to try and join a... See, here are the pros and cons of everything. Like the Jets are probably the bigger fan base, I would say. I would say the Jets are the bigger fan base, but the Colts are probably the better team. So, And also, if you guys want coverage from both LA teams, LA Football Network, they do that. So, I'm not going to step on their toes either. Well, at some point, I'm going to do the preview. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Well, I'm never going to stop covering the Rams. Like, I could see me doing this for another forever, honestly, like until people don't want to listen to me anymore. I'm never going to stop covering this team. Like this team means so much to me. It goes past just fandom, you know. So I can't ever see me like stopping covering the Rams. I just could never. I don't think I'll ever do it. I'll be forced to do it. Like old age will get to me, and then I won't be able to cover the team anymore. But there's like no way that I'm gonna stop voluntarily, especially in my prime. Like I'm gonna be covering the Rams for a while. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys like me enough to continue because I'm not going anywhere. But the Steelers would be great, but here's the thing. My cousin, I'm never going to step on my cousin's toes. He's the Steelers guy. Okay? I'm not going to I would never like that fan base, I love them. I love the Steelers fan base. They're so nice to me on Twitter. I have probably over 100 of them that follow me, right? Great fan base. And I get along with all of them. But I just could not do that to my cousin. That's one of the main reasons. I mean, if I were picking any AFC team, I think the Steelers make the most sense. But it's because my cousin covers the Steelers, I would never do that. You know what I mean? But the Steelers fans are fantastic. I mean, like I said, like they should be considered America's team. You know? So just keeping you guys posted on what I'm thinking lately. Cuz I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going anywhere from the Rams. Also, guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up for me. It really does help me out. We're at 51. So let's see if we can get that up to 100. Really appreciate that. Yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars were in my list of teams that I would consider. I decided not to, but I really do like the direction they're going in, and I thought it would have been cool to cover a Doug Peterson coach team because I think he is a top 10 coach in the league, and he's a guy that I underrated, and when I really went back through it, I'm like, this guy's pretty darn good. NFL side piece? No, just the AFC team I'm going to cover. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I just think it's the best move because it's the way I can continue doing what I want to do and I don't have to stop. I'm my own boss. And at the same time, I'm expanding my brand because what I don't want to do is spread myself too thin. And I did that with DTSN. If you guys remember when I tried to start Downtown Sports Network, like I own the business still, I own the company, and Downtown Rams is under that branch, so to speak. But when I tried to start the actual network and I made the website and I put so much time and effort into it, I just spread myself too thin. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to cover the Yankees and all these other teams. And so this is what really was the deciding factor for me is that I've wanted to do this for a while and I've been trying to figure out how to do it. And I'm like, oh, pick one team to cover next to the Rams, have them be in the AFC so they don't really cross each other that much, and have it be a team that you feel, you can vibe with the fans, you like where the direction they're going in, and it would be fun. And I think with close proximity, the Jets win that argument, but I think the Colts are probably closer to being, a legit contender, and I really like what they've done as well. I'm like I said, I'm looking at both of them. I really cannot decide. When you start doing a fantasy football prize picks live when the season starts, give you best predictions. I definitely want to do that. I'm definitely planning on doing something like that. For sure. Talk about the Rangers. I'm assuming you mean New York because Texas is just not, you know. But yeah, I hope the Rangers win it all. You know, I hope they win it all. I do not want to see Tampa have a three-peat. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to see it. So yeah, go Rangers. I'm not rooting for the Avalanche. They just knocked out the Oilers last night, who I like. So not doing that. Yeah, he did. You're on the East Coast. I am as well. The plan is hoping to go to Rams Bills and trying to go to Rams Chiefs. That's my plan as of right now. I'm weird with hockey. It's not like football. I have one love in football. No matter how much I start to like a team, if I'm covering them, say, if I really do end up liking the Colts and Jets, they're never going to get to the Rams level. With hockey, it's different. I don't have that passion for hockey like I do football. So because of that, I do like multiple teams. I like the Devils, I like the Oilers, and I like the Vegas Knights. Probably the Vegas Knights more than anything. I'll keep you I'll hold you up to that if I remember. God, my memory can be bad. Um yeah, I mean I love the Yankees. Don't get me wrong, but like I would literally sacrifice all my sports teams if it meant the Rams were going to win. If I get 7 titles to allocate, if they could win 7 straight, I might sacrifice one of the Rams titles so the Jayhawks could win another one. Um Maybe I'd sacrifice another one for the Yankees, but I'd have 5 straight for the Rams, one for the Yankees, and one for the Jayhawks, and I feel pretty good about that. Let's see. Crazy, right? Top 3 storylines, in my opinion, heading into NFL season. I think the first one is run it back, repeat. Rams storyline, can they do it? Can they be the first team since the 2003, 2004, 2003 to 2004 New England Patriots going back to back and winning the Super Bowl in back to back seasons? That's the biggest storyline. I don't care about any other storyline before that one. That one is the biggest. It's not because I cover the Rams. That is the biggest. That's the one that everyone's talking about. Will the Rams repeat? It's the same thing every year. But you have the Rams repeating as one storyline. Another, I think, has to be a team that was just in the Super Bowl, and the Bengals. We saw what the Rams did after they got to the Super Bowl early and lost to the Patriots. They fell off and they did not make the playoffs, right? So the question remains for the Bengals, Super Bowl hangover? Question mark? I think that's another big storyline. And I think the third big storyline is probably the idea that, look, Aaron Rodgers is back, Tom Brady's back. You still got those guys running at it. You have Matt Ryan. Do the older guys get a shot at winning the Lombardi? I think that's something, with Breeze retiring, Ben retiring, the older generation of quarterback is starting to, get older. And so I definitely think that's one of those things that you have to consider is that, is this it for Tom Brady? Is this it for Rodgers? Are they going to win another ring? So, question is Modelo or Corona? Corona. Pacifico over all of them, but I would say it would go Pacifico, Corona, Modelo. I like all 3, but that's how I would rank them. It's funny how much we hate the offseason due to how boring it is, but in reality, the regular season is exhausting enough being a fan, let alone a content creator. I can see how you spread yourself thin. Yes, it's very easy to spread yourself thin. You have these great ideas, and all of a sudden another great idea pops up, and then opportunities pop up. So now, all of a sudden, you had this great idea, you had this video idea, you had this project that you were working on, and then you have this other opportunity that opens up. Someone's like, hey, can you do this? And so now you're trying to juggle all of them at the same time. And it's kind of like what happened with the augmented reality with Artie, is that I was trying to make sure that worked out and, went through that process. But on top of it, also trying to come out with content. But on top of that, also trying to drive Uber Eats, And on top of that, trying to write articles for the game day. And on top of that, doing the call-in app because I'm doing all this stuff. So it's not just YouTube. It is a lot. Plus, I'm going to get back into gaming on the other YouTube channel. I know that it's great to say that, but actually do it. No, I'm serious. I might be tonight, so look out for that. Might be tonight. I don't know if it'll be Elden Ring. I'm way behind the 8 ball on that. But, I mean, I'm going to start gaming on the channel again. So content is going to be flowing. Just remember that I said that, and you can hold it to me if it's not. Week 1, hang a banner, beat the Bills. Yes, that is the goal. You know, the Bills were an interesting one. I did consider covering the Bills, but I was like, the problem with that, I really like what they're doing. And I think Josh Allen, like I've said over and over again, I think he's the best quarterback in the National Football League. I really do. But it felt so fair weather. And I understand people would say, well, the Rams are fair weather. Yeah, but I started covering them back when they were 4-12 in 2016. So it wasn't really a fair weather thing. With the Bills, it would just seem a little ridiculous. I think the Colts not making the playoffs, that's doable. I know people were asking about the Bengals. No. You know, I considered it, but I think the Colts and Jets are definitely the right moves there. But yeah, I was definitely considering the Bills because I really like what they're doing. And, of course, close proximity. The Lakers, great question. A lot of people ask me, why don't you just cover the Lakers? You know, I've tried. I do not have a passion. I can't get up here and do a show every one of those 82 games. You know, I just do not have the passion to do that. And so, while that comes off as lazy, my point is that I'm not lazy. It's that I know that I can't do it, and I'm not going to do anything where I don't feel like I'm putting 100% into, you know? Like this augmented reality type stuff. This is what I'm talking about. I want my shows to be different than any shows you are going to watch today, tomorrow, and the next day. Okay? As soon as I become cookie cutter and I become the next person, or I'm not, you know, as informative or as engaging as the next person, then I failed. And I'm not going to do that. So with the Lakers, I'm a fan, but I don't know basketball like I do football. That's the answer, is that I'm just not passionate enough. That's really what it comes down to. So, you know, I wouldn't do that. You guys are putting in your, you know, really busy schedules, you're putting in time to watch me. I'm not going to half-ass the Lakers because I'm a fan. I'll give you my thoughts in Q&As. I'll give you my thoughts answering questions, but there is no way I'm going to half-ass that and waste your time. I'm just not going to do it. See, that's why, like, with the MCU, like MCU Edge, like, I feel like I've really started to learn about the MCU, learn about the comics, and I feel like I can talk about that on, I'm not going to say a professional level, but a pretty good level where people will listen to me and be like, oh, okay, like, you know what you're talking about. And, like, I make, like, engaging, you know, conversation about it, and I have my theories. I will not cover things that I don't feel like I can theorize, and I don't feel like I can dip my toe in, or not dip my toe in, but really like put myself as far as, you know, building projects and, you know, engaging content, thought provoking. If I can't do that, it's not worth it, in my opinion. Thoughts on Kyron Williams' broken foot? Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine. I'm not really worried about it. It's annoying, but he'll be back by training camp, Sean McVay said. So he's going to miss mini camp. You want to look at a guy that missed mini camp and OTAs and almost all of training camp was Corey Littleton. Littleton ended up winning Rams Rookie of the Year that year, so I'm not really worried about it at all. No need to remember. I'll do it for you. Appreciate that. I saw the Yankees have a dynasty, so I'm satisfied, honestly, how I want the Rams to do it. And if it means the Yankees not winning for the rest of my life, it's worth it. If Rams O-line holds up, keep injuries to a minimum, we should be a monster in the playoffs this year again. I agree. I mean, I think really the only thing that's stopping them is injuries, which is the same thing with any sort of sport, especially football, a very dangerous sport. Bengals missing the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised. You picked Modelo. Rams beat Ravens 28-23. I assume that's your Super Bowl. What's up, Nolan? Yes, please, Brick Scott, the like button for me. Would really appreciate that. We're at 69 nice likes. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, and we'll get that thing going. What's the word, J.E.? You know, not much. You missed it, though, Nolan. That's augmented reality right there. Yeah. I'm not going to get over it. I'm sorry. I'm warning you guys now. It is the coolest thing. anyone has ever reached out to me about. And I've had some cool stuff that people have reached out to me about. Companies have been like, hey, do you want to try this? It's in beta. We'll give it to you for free. All that. I've had all sorts of, cool things. Worked on that one game. I thought that was kind of cool. This is the coolest thing by far. And I think it's the best thing by far that any company has reached out to me about. Like this, I feel like really takes my streams to the next level, takes my videos to the next level. I'm a big fan of heads-up display. And notice I got rid of all the loud stuff on the bottom. It was tough. I do like having it. I like having the heads-up display. I like this more. I like clean. I just want it to be clean. You guys know where to follow me. All my links are below. I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, maybe I'll put together, an at JK Bogan, handle somewhere so people know where to follow me, but I think it's pretty well, everyone knows where it is now at this point. No, I don't. It's a good question, but I think Stafford's going to keep playing. He's been waiting for this his whole life, I could definitely see that. I could see him going past that. I would not rule it out. Thoughts on Bryce Perkins beating out Wolford for QB2? I'll say do not sleep on that. Do not sleep on that. That's possible. Stafford retires with 2 rings. I think he might have more than that. Angels gave Madden his walking papers. Oh, they fired Madden? I mean, I get that because they literally have like 12 straight losses. The Yankees have lost 15 games the whole year. So, I mean, I do get that. Andrew Whitworth spotted hanging out at minicamp today. Glad his presence is still felt. I think it's so felt that would not rule out, big injury happens, say Noteboom goes down or somebody, would not rule out Whitworth coming back out of retirement for, a late season run similar to what Eric Weddle did. I'm not ruling that out. I would make the argument that is very, very likely and will 100% happen if there is a serious injury. He's way too around the team, keeping himself in excellent shape. Like I said, do not be surprised if Big Wit is going to play for the Rams this year at some point. Again, if there's no injuries or anything, no. But if there's a big injury, I'd make it about a 99.1% chance, with only a 0.9% chance he doesn't come back. I think Doug Peterson is going to have the Jags surprising people. I do think that. They're a team I considered covering as well. Oh my God, I hope not. That's so disrespectful. I don't like the banner covering. I really don't. Still curious about where they are going to put the banner in SoFi. Same. I really don't know. Yeah, I need more content to watch at work. Working on it. Hologram Aaron is the content that people want. Hologram Aaron, I love it. Oh, man. Yeah, that's going to stick. MCU Edge. MCU Edge is dope. Recommended list everyone to go in and listen. Appreciate that, guys. You can find that wherever you get to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. We got logged out. The more you know. Well, we got logged out while we were doing it, so I'll get that hologram Aaron back, but yeah, I love the augmented reality. It's really cool. Really cool stuff. And we're going to have I like this format a lot with this player profile. We're going to be using that a lot. Don't you worry. Why do these guys in here call them the Chargers? Okay. I was about to say the setup looks clean. Thank you, Nolan. Appreciate that. I was just messing with you, by the way. I did not see OBJ's response to the NFL on Twitter. You'll have to let me know. Thank you so much, Matthew. Really, really, really appreciate the donations, guys. It's a big help in a dead period. It's donations are a huge help. I'm not gonna, I'm humble about it, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like donations don't help me a ton, especially since this is part of how I make my money. So, yeah, I'm actually looking at next year. Um, Surprising. I know some people are probably going to hear that and be like, "What?" I'm looking at next year moving out and having my own place. So that's what I'm trying to save up for right now. That's something I'm focused on. So every little bit helps. Let me tell you about that. Big money Plowden. Yeah, damn straight. What's up, Paul? How's it going? Rams have four titles. Because the Rams have 45, 51, 1999, and 2021. Yeah, MCU Edge is a lot of fun. Every Monday, it's on the Call-In app, exclusively on the Call-In app. It's your MCU show. If you ever have anything you want to get off your chest about the MCU, we do that. That's the hope. Hope is OBJ will be back. We'll see, but I kind of feel like the Celtics are gonna win. Yeah, I think the Celtics are gonna win. I think this is Jason Tatum's moment, and I think he's gonna rise to the occasion and win it. Yeah, better be a big banner, hologram. Well, I appreciate that. I'm sorry you worked that much. I do know the feeling. Um, I mean, after I get off this, probably going to be the majority of the night. I'm going to be working doing Uber Eats. So it's always a grind. It's always a grind in my life. Just so you know, if I'm not live, I'm definitely doing something productive. Don't think I'm sitting there with Cheetos on the couch watching God knows what. I mean, I do that late at night. Can't wait for Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 4. I can't wait for the boys. I'm gonna check out Miss Marvel. I can't say I can't wait. I can wait for that. Uh, but the boys and Obi-Wan have me like I'm in there. Tutu Atwell season, yes. I think he's. I don't think he's gonna blow up because I don't think he'll get enough opportunities to. But I think with his opportunities, he's gonna maximize them, and we will have him in the projection videos series. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I mean, as long as he plays another 2 years, he should get that. Because essentially, he needs 22 sacks in 2 years to get to that. And if he averages 11 the next 2 years, he's got that. I think. Oh, you said reach pass, so he would need a little bit more than 11. But I think this could be like a 15 sack year for AD. Wouldn't be surprised. If anybody tries to trade for Garoppolo. Really bizarre stuff there. Central Park. Yeah, no, I'm going to avoid New York City. I've decided, even though in 2019 I was this close to moving to LA, I think I'm going to stick in upstate New York. I really like this area. I really feel like this is my home. It's just because it is. But, I'm going to stick around here, and the plan is make enough money with YouTube and all my other, ventures, and I could travel like crazy and go to all the games and stuff. That would be, I want this to be my home base, but definitely wouldn't be against going back to LA. I haven't been there since 2019, so. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like the salary cap, it's really not that hard to manipulate. Um, but there are teams that kind of still are like they're playing the victim card and they act like it is that hard, and it's really not. Tony Pastors has done a really nice job with that. The next call-in show is gonna be tomorrow night. We're doing a Rams one. MCU is only Monday, so you get one day a week doing MCU. I think that's the right move. They're always longer than the Rams ones, but yeah, I think tomorrow we're gonna go live for the Rams. We do three this week because I missed last week. I missed one of them. We did an episode of the Rams on Saturday, I believe. No, Sunday, but I missed the other episode, so we'll have three this week. So Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is what you can expect for the Rams. That's Rams Edge, for those of you who don't know. Also, we're gonna get Downtown Rams going again, so keep a lookout for those episodes as well. Um, Really makes me wonder if the Rams are gonna be wearing black because the Falcons changed their helmet shell to red, or they're gonna have an alternate helmet shell. So I'd imagine the Rams are probably right around the corner. Yeah, I don't know if I'd give the Clippers that much credit. It's a ballsy one, I can tell you that. They're not in a great position to do that right now, but wow. That would that would be cool. I wonder if I could get a 3D model of Donald and have that would be kind of that'd be funny. No, they both have 17. They both have 17. Wow, Diva Samuel. That's a name. Yeah, it's the injuries, you know. Definitely a concern. What's up, LA Rams? Yes. Brandon Powell. Yeah, JPP is still a free agent, I believe, as well. Gas prices, I believe I saw yesterday when I was driving around 469. I'm ready for it to go down, but we're living with it, right? I think we're all doing a good job of living with it for the most part. I mean, they shouldn't be this high, but I won't get into the reason why they're this high because it's way more than just who is the president of the United States. Stuff like that. That's the thing that people don't understand with gas prices. It's so complex. There's a lot of different variables. A lot of it actually comes down to Putin and all the sanctions that the U.S. had to put on Russia. That's really one of the main reasons. But Jake, the 80 contract is for more than 2 years. Gets more money years after 2024. Yeah, I think the contract ends after 2025. There's some void years in there, but he's going to be gone after 2025 at the longest, I would say. Right? I thought that was funny too. City uniform looked kind of weird to me. I got to disagree with that one. I got to disagree with that one. That sounds like the Rams. Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. I mean, they better cook up something because I guess Demoff said there's not going to be any new uniforms this year. So I don't know why they lied to us and said that they were going to have new uniforms in 2022 as well. Darth Vader has been fantastic. Fantastic. Done so well. I saw that. That was funny. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it if it, really blows up, but right now, Colin and I have agreed to do one show a week for MCU Edge and Rams Edge, two shows a week. Just not this week because I'm making up for the last week, but yeah. No, no, no. I love it. I think it's fantastic. You would definitely like it, Nolan. You would definitely like it. No, I don't think they have been in a long time, to be honest with you. Yeah, I just I would never be able to live with that. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. $10 is just ridiculous. Oh my god, are they really? Oh man, that's crazy. Yes, yes, Hayden Christensen is Vader in the Obi-Wan series. Yeah, so I had to calm down on that for a little bit, just because I got so busy. But I will be doing Quentin Lake's film breakdown, Darion Kendricks, AJ Arcuri, um, Daniel Hardy, and Russ Yeast. I still plan on doing all of those. They might be a little delayed, but I still plan on doing all of them. Yeah, more of the PTSD. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, I would have to imagine they have. I think when they signed their contracts the other day, I think they did. All right. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. Like people were getting upset. I was just laughing. I'm like, that is the most pathetic thing. I cannot imagine being that pathetic. It was just hilarious. They're taking pictures with a sign below the showcase of the trophy. So the Rams won the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl trophy, Lombardi trophy is sitting there. Right below it, they're like, 49ers, 5-time champions. They're holding this sign. They think they look great. They think they look cool. They think they're being funny. But it looks incredibly stupid because the trophy event, like Julio's mentioning, is for season ticket holders only. But on top of that, they have on the big Oculus, you can see Super Bowl champion Rams. Like, this is 2022. This isn't when you won the Super Bowl back in the 90s. So, like, go away. Like, you know what I mean? It was just hilarious. So pathetic. It does not get more pathetic than that. Maybe it does. I don't want to see it, honestly. I'm going to laugh myself to death, but, you know. Appreciate that, Nolan. Yeah, I like the format I've been using with those lately, and I'm not gonna say something because I don't want to get copyright claimed, but we'll just say so far so good. I'll never forget that. Do you guys remember I went on Ryan Dyrude's LA football podcast, right? So I go on LA football podcast. We're talking about my John Wolford video. Okay. We're talking about the Star Wars, John Wolford, the one that really made me blow up on YouTube. Um, and we're talking about the video. And I'm not kidding you. 5 hours after he posts it, that video that has been there for over a year gets copyright claimed. So, yeah, I don't. If things haven't been copyright claimed, I'm not going to draw attention to the things that haven't been copyright claimed. Like, I'm not going to draw any attention. I know probably now I've given them too much, but I don't know, guys. When Nolan starts calling YouTube the TVA, I can't. It's too funny for me. I do too. VHS champions. That's great. That's better than Mickey Mouse. Can we get rid of the Mickey Mouse champion? Can we like unnormalize that? Why is that normalized? Why do people use that in their everyday speech? The whole point of it was that the Lakers won the title in the bubble. The bubble was in Disney. Disney, everyone thinks of Mickey. Mickey, Disney, Lakers, championship. Mickey Mouse championship. Now you have people that don't even understand the concept of it and they're using it. Plus, it sounds stupid as hell anyway. It just, God, we got to get that out of our vocabulary. It's just so stupid. It is. And also, why are you hating on Mickey Mouse? Are you saying that because, it's a Mickey Mouse championship, are you saying that's lame? Are you saying Mickey Mouse is lame? That's lame as hell. Now, if you wanted to call it a Minions championship, okay, because I hate the Minions. I think they're the dumbest thing in pop culture. I don't know why they're so. I don't get it. There are things that I don't get, like why people think Fast and the Furious is one of the best series in film, uh, and why the Minions are liked. Those are the two things I really don't get in pop culture, if I'm being honest. Maybe that makes me anti, I don't know, fun, whatever you want to call it, but I've never understood it. Never in my life have I understood it. It's every time the Rams make a move, it's where do they get this money from? Or they must have Roger Goodell's pictures or something. It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's sad. The Angels were right in that boat. It was the Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Angels. And now, the Angels are out of that because they've lost 12 straight. I don't think they're coming back. It's not my movie, but what I will say is that I've never seen any of them. Like, I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen any of them fully. I bet you the first Fast and Furious is not a bad movie because initially most people when they went to watch it probably thought it was going to be a one-off. And it was like a cool idea. But now you've made 10 of them and you don't plan on stopping. I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel wants to make 20 of them. So now it's gotten out of hand. Now it's ridiculous and now I don't care about it. You know what I mean? Like when it gets to that level where you're like, all right, now you got 10 movies, you want 20, you're going to start doing stuff in space. I don't know. That's how you know it's just sold out. They do have a very rich owner. They did fire Joe Madden. Yeah, Nolan was just talking about that. Guys, be sure to get the likes up. We're at 78. Let's be sure if we can get those up. Triple digits would really help me out. Appreciate you. What's up, Preston? How we doing? Probably going to get going soon so I can catch the dinner rush on Uber Eats, but let's see. Well, here's one thing. I don't hate you for liking Fast and Furious. I just don't understand why people love Fast and the Furious so much and why people have stuck with them for 10 movies. Like at some point it would just be like, "Oh my god." Like I was one of those people, I was an apologist for Transformers. Was I really into um their source material? Not really. I honestly thought those shows sucked. Never really gotten into the Transformers series, but I loved the live action. I thought they did a really nice job with it. Yes, the Michael Bay memes, they blew stuff up, but I thought it had a premise. And then it went crazy. Like all of a sudden, they're doing one the last I don't know, they did one about dragons or dinosaurs or something. I don't even know. It was ridiculous. So, um that's kind of what I would say like with that is that like I understand people like Fast and Furious, but like after a certain amount of time, I'm surprised people haven't been like, all right, this is ridiculous. Because like that's what I did with Transformers. I watched about 4 or 5 of them, but when they just kept coming and it didn't really make a lot of sense, I was just like kind of done with it. That's also different though. You see them as so bad it's actually good type movie. There are people that think it's like cinema, like top notch. I don't know. Yeah, some Elmer's glue muncher told me the Rams want a Mickey Mouse chip. Like, sir, do you have a brain injury? What are you talking about? Elmer's glue muncher. Oh man, they stole all the Crayolas, I guess. Oh, that's funny. That's interesting. Oh god, that family stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Robert Quinn. Yeah. I don't know. Gronk is either going to play with Tom Brady or he's going to just stay retired. Oh, that's tough. But yeah, I would probably take Morbid Time over Fast and Furious. Here's the problem, okay? Those action movies, everyone's like, oh my god, the car chases, they're so cool. I don't really like car chases. I think it was done incredibly well the other night. Season 3, episode, I want to say 6 or 5 of Barry. That was one of the best scenes I've seen. Like, car chases or motorcycle chases are never done super well. They're like shaky cam. They just make you nauseous. They're like your eyes start to hurt. I mean, they're not done well for the most part. But Barry did an incredible job with the motorcycle chase that they had. Barry on HBO, and there was a really good one in Skyfall, with James Bond. But I typically don't like car chases. I also like the one in Kingsman, the Golden Circle. I want to say, I think it was the Golden Circle. That was a good one. But you know, like I don't need to see Speed 5 times over. I don't need to see Fast and Furious over and over again. I don't need to see a movie full of car chase scenes. You want to throw one in there? It's a minute or two. Cool. If you make it good, fine. I mean, the Barry scene was like probably 8 minutes, and I loved it. But if it was the entire, episode, I would have hated it. I don't know. I just think car chase scenes get kind of old really, really fast. And there's certain movies that just make it all about car chase scenes. And I don't know why. Agreed. I definitely think so as well. Ah, yeah. Is that why she's your ex? uh, let's see. I've not seen any of the Top Guns. It's not really my movie. I saw the preview in theaters and I don't know, it looked incredibly boring to me, but what do I know? It's Morbin time. Yeah, that's what I would expect. I haven't watched any of them fully, but yeah. So I'll say this. Apparently Jurassic World or Jurassic Dominion, whatever it's called, is gonna have a lot of chase scenes. It's gonna be like high, fast paced. I'm willing to give that a shot. Like I think that could be interesting. I'm gonna check out Dominion, but if it was the entire series like that, oh yeah, yeah, yep. I hear you. Morbin time. It's like Morbius isn't gonna fail simply because it's like such a meme. I like the Rocky series. Yeah, too many explosions. Really? That would be something. I'd be hyped. Oh god. So I would stay away from that. Oh, nice. Well, good for you. I think Dominion is going to be really good. No word on who's going to play Wolverine, but I think we'll probably get an idea I think we're gonna see our first X-Men character in the series for MCU. I think Storm is gonna be in Wakanda Forever. Thor: Love and Thunder, yeah. Get your tickets, people. June 13th. I'm with you on that. That's depressing. You're funny. So, folks, get your final questions in, and I'm going to head on out of here and try to make some money on the road. Because dinner rush hour, I have like 3 hours. So, I think JPP, but yeah, the free agent market's pretty depleted. I have not, but I'll have to check that out. I'm a big Gambit fan. My favorite in X-Men, so. If you guys like what you watched today, be sure to subscribe. And also, if you like me, you can follow me on Twitter at JKBogan. Check out the links in the description below for all my other content. I'm on Call In, 2 shows every week. Rams Edge, all about the Rams. You can call in, and it's like Twitter Spaces or MCU Edge. And MCU Edge, every Monday, we talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe for well over an hour. So, been a lot of fun, guys. Appreciate you. Glad you like the augmented reality setup. Big thanks to Artie for setting me up. And yeah, I'll be back soon. So really do appreciate the support as always. And well, I'll see you guys pretty damn soon.